What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from Sunnyslope Homestead. Today, I found something out very disappointing and disheartening about this tractor. And it just has my blood boiling, people, because I got about 62 hours on this tractor. When I made the little clip that I'm about to show you, I thought I had like a little over 50, but actually I have about 62 hours on this machine. And I was just going over the grease points, and I was checking the hydraulic fluid in the back, and I was thinking to myself, you know, I haven't checked the axle fluid ever, because I figured there's just some things that come from the dealership that are just good to go for a certain amount of time. Now, you do need to check that regularly, but apparently this is why it's important, even when things come from the dealership, that you have to check these things out, because you cannot trust anybody. I am making this video to prove that I did not tamper with this before I found out that my front axle does not have any fluid from the factory. This tractor has about 50 hours on it. I went to check the front axle fluid, and to come to find out, there is not a drop of fluid in this axle. Nothing. Bone dry. All the nuts that you could possibly drain fluid out of. Let me get a picture right here. Original paint have not been tampered with. I've ran this tractor 50 hours. Let's be exact. How many hours I got on this tractor? All right, 62. About 12 off. And there's not a drop of fluid in this front axle from the factory. I bought this brand new from Kabota of Omaha. There's a little sticker for anybody want their information. Not their fault, I don't know. I don't know if they do a pre-inspection or not, but bone dry. I wonder how much fluid this is gonna take. I'm making this video though, so if they think I suck this out of here or trying to do some funny business, this is to prove them wrong. There's even rust built up around this. No oil whatsoever. You can tell the rust around my fingers of putting it down in there. There's never been oil in this front axle. Now, no fluid in the front axle. 62 hours of runtime on this tractor without a drop of fluid in the front four-wheel drive axle. This tractor has not been out of four-wheel drive since I've owned it. God knows what's going to be happening to this front end in the near future. What I'm going to do is I filled it up with hydraulic oil, because they say that you could use the hydraulic oil that goes in the tractor in the front axle, and I'm going to run it, and then I'm going to drain it, and I'm going to see how much metal comes out of this. And I will post an update, a picture, a video on how much metal I get out of it. But I'm going to run it a little bit, try to get everything lubricated. Seals, the seals may go out in this thing, who knows, but I'm going to try to get those moistened back up with some fluid. And oh, it just has me livid, guys, that this tractor, as much money as these things cost, all the problems I've had with it, as far as dealing with not the tractor itself, but the people who sell the tractor and the people who put the tractor together. It's just ridiculous. Everything from this hydraulic manifold that keeps on leaking on me. I've had it worked on once. I'm not sending it back, guys. I am taking it off, and we're going to individual connections, and I'm throwing the manifold out, warranty or not. Because actually, believe it or not, it costs money to send this thing for pickup for warranty items. Now, I don't own a trailer. I have to borrow a trailer and then take time out of my day and work to get it to the dealership, and then it's not on my property working. So that's a big issue for me. That's why we're tearing that apart next time it starts leaking. Well, actually, it started leaking, and I dug a piece of plastic out of the manifold. I'll throw a picture up if I have one. But yeah, had to tear it out, and then I got it stopped leaking, and then it just gurgles when I turn it or put it on and off. But guys, yeah, this tractor, dude, absolute nightmare as far as the service and the quality of the dealership that I'm dealing with. I don't know if those axles come pre-filled from the manufacturer where they assemble these tractors. I don't know if they come dry and it's up to the dealership to top fluids off. But wow, what a huge miss on Kubota's part, dealer or manufacturer, on that front axle. I mean, I just don't know what kind of damage I've got in that front end, and there's no way that they're gonna warranty that down the line when it does start giving me issues. It's probably gonna start giving me issues after my warranty's up, obviously, and then I'm just SOL. I'm just SOL. I'm gonna try to talk to the dealership and have them drain the oil out, and if they see a lot of metal flake in there, I'm gonna hopefully they will pull the axles out, and they'll check the angle drives in that axle, and they'll warranty those parts and replace everything up front, because that's like the worst thing you can do, I can think of, to the front of that axles is run it with no fluid. Absolutely unacceptable. That just goes to prove, guys, if the manual says you gotta check that axle at 50 hours, you better check it when you first bought it. I mean, all the fluids, you better check everything. When you leave that dealership, you better check all the fluids. You better check that it has oil in it, which I've always did. But it's just like an axle, you know, axle fluid. That's not something that leaks out, evaporates, or goes bad within, like, you know, a year or whatever. It just baffles me, the issues that I'm having. And here's another one. I don't know if I made a mistake with buying Kubota. I know that dealership is a mistake, absolute mistake. Maybe I should have gone green. Maybe I need to trade that orange in for something green. But I really like the tractor. I really do. It's just the human factor that goes along in that tractor is the absolute bear of that brand. For me. Nobody else might have problems with that. And I'm not speaking on every Kubota dealership, but mine is horrible. And that mistake there is costly. Now that tractor probably cost me, oh man, we're not including attachments, but that tractor runs out the door probably about 16, 18 grand out the door. And then you put all the attachments on it, then you're up there a little bit. So to spend that kind of money and have that happen is unacceptable. It'd be the equivalent of someone selling you a brand new truck and you're driving down the road, and then you got 60 hours on the truck. We'll just say 60 miles on the truck, and you check the rear diff, and there's not a drop of oil in the rear diff. That's what I'm dealing with here. But all right, I'm gonna stop my ranting, and this is on my cell phone because all my video was shot on the cell phone. I don't have the video to the software to convert the iPhone video to my computer just yet, so everything's being done on my iPhone for this video. So I do apologize that it's a little grainy and there's not a lot of transitions and all that fancy stuff in my other videos. But go ahead and give me a check my videos out. I got quite a few on this tractor. I told you I was going to give you honest reviews and opinions and experiences with this tractor, and just because I own it doesn't mean that I'm married to it or I'm married to that brand. If it's a turd, I'm going to tell you. If it's great, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you all the things that go on with that tractor, good or bad. So that's my platform on this tractor back here and my experiences with it. So it's not just a one-sided thing, and you guys can get some honest opinions and reviews on my experiences with this tractor. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm sorry that it's kind of a weird video, but I'll see you on the next episode of Sunnyslope Homestead, guys. Thank you, and let's hope this thing works out.